Is the survival horror video game adaptation Until Dawn a total killer?
Or a bunch of filler? Find out next from the cutting room floor. What's up, misters and metalheads, and welcome to another episode of the Cutting Room Floor. We are from the band Cut Like This. I am Thorn Black.
I'm Rose Blood.
And today we are talking about survival horror Until Dawn. But first, don't forget, we have music here, YouTube, Spotify, Bandcamp, all over the place. Hook up, band up. Let's get to it. Rose, why don't you tell them a little bit about this one streaming on Netflix?
All right, this just popped up on Netflix, 2025's Until Dawn. 1 year after her disappearance, a girl revisits the last steps of her missing sister with her 4 friends on a little road trip. What they find is going to change them forever, if they can survive it. What starts as a mystery turns into a grueling fight for their lives.
It sure does.
And it is intense. I have a lot of thoughts to share on this one. Did you have some thoughts you wanted to share first before I dig into some of the cast and everything else? All right. So, this was really interesting. It kind of reminds me of a mashup of like, man, I don't want to say this to get your expectations too high, but it's a little bit made me feel like vibes of like Silent Hill mixed with Happy Death Day.
I'm thinking like Happy Death. Yeah, that's
right.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, like with the psychological elements and the freaking monsters,
some of the gloominess and the monsters. Yeah, I see that.
It's kind of giving me vibes of those two. Like if you took those two and kind of mashed them together.
Because I was thinking it felt like a scary Happy Death Day. So that's a perfect combination.
Yep. All right. So our characters. So our main character is Clover. She is the one looking for her sister. Her sister is Melanie. Clover is played by Ella Rubin. She was in the recent, it won like a shit ton of awards, that movie Honora. She was also in Fear Street Prom Queen. And she is an alum of Gossip Girl, which is very popular amongst the normies. I don't know. I've never seen it. So, but I know it's very, very popular.
I've heard of it at least.
Yeah. She does a good job as this character as well. I think she even though she made some annoying choices, they did make sense for what her character is going through. Melanie is her missing sister that they're trying to find. She is clearly not over it, even though this is a year later. She's just obviously like deep still in her trauma, because she's like, yo, what the hell happened to my sister? It's the not knowing that is driving her totally crazy. And right when her sister disappeared, her mom had died. Their mom had died. So it was just like, it's like tragedy upon tragedy. So that's part of the reason why she's so messed up in the head, right? So her friends are Abe, who is, well, actually, let me start with Nina. Nina is played by Odessa Azion. She was in the 2022 Hellraiser as Riley. She's the main character in that one. She's really great in it.
That's a good remake.
She's also in that TV show Ghosts. Apparently, she's on like 4 episodes of that. We didn't get like that far into the, but that's a really fun show. Like,
didn't we see like the British version?
We did see the British version. So she's in the American version.
Yeah, I didn't see the American version.
So I'll have to check it out at some point, because it's a really fun little spooky. I like horror comedy kind of stuff.
The British version was so fun.
British version is great.
I'm worried the American version won't be as humorous.
I am worried. I am worried about that.
Let's see.
Continuing on, we've got Abe, who is Nina's boyfriend. He's played by Belmont Cameli. He was actually our fun tidbit about him that I thought you would enjoy. He plays Jamie Spano in the Saved by the Bell reboot. He is the son of Jesse Spano, played by Elizabeth Berkley. How funny is that? She's actually like she's the guidance counselor or something at the school or something like that. Yeah. I never saw the reboot, but I definitely watched that show.
Yeah, I didn't see the reboot.
Yes, I did. As a kid.
I saw that show way too many times.
I saw that show
way too many times.
I saw that show, but so then we've got Melanie. I forgot to say is the sister of Clover. and she's played by Maya Mitchell. We've also got Max, who is Clover's love interest. He's played by Michael Cimino. He was in the first Annabelle movie. As a matter of fact, Annabelle plays a big part in this because the director, David F. Sandberg, is the director of Annabelle and Annabelle creation. And Lights Out, which was a really good movie. Lights Out.
Lights Out, that's the one with the ghosts and they go into the big lighthouse, right? Like at the end, they're going through the hospital and then the lights go out.
Yeah. Every time like the lights go out, it gets closer.
She's like flying around.
She's creepy.
That movie,
she's creepy.
She went and she swooped through the car window, snatched somebody out, and pulled them into the abyss. Oh yes, I like that movie. I got to rewatch that.
So then we've got Gary Dauberman is one of the writers. We got two writers. Gary Dauberman, he's known for writing Annabelle creation and The Nun, and he also
I like The Nun.
Yes, and he also co-wrote the 2017 film adaptation of It, one of our favorite killer clown movies.
Nice, got a good
good bunch of people. Yeah, that's a really good writer. The other writer is Blair Butler. She is known for the horror film The Invitation that came out in 2022. That's one that we have on our watch list, but we haven't gotten around to it.
I was about to say that sounds familiar, but I couldn't
recall she also is the writer for The Whole 10 Yards, which is the sequel to The Whole 9 Yards with Bruce Willis, where he's like a hitman and stuff, and he's like comes out of retirement and whatever.
I think I saw both of those actually. Yeah.
So
that's with the guy from Friends, I think.
Yeah. So these are our the other character is Megan. She is kind of a more spiritual person, and she is kind of the person that they turn to when things start to get really spooky. She is really obviously affected by it.
I need some spook.
You know, she's kind of like does like kind of the hippie kumbaya, like let's feel her energy in this place kind of stuff.
Me.
Yeah. But then she actually does start to feel the energy though, and it starts messing her up. And as the movie progresses, she is one of the most deeply affected characters by the spooky occult things that are happening. It goes off the rails real quick. Now, what's interesting about this is that we have not played the Until Dawn video game.
And I'm a gamer, but I haven't come across
somehow
that
we
game.
just didn't end up playing that game. So
all of this reviewing has nothing to do with the game.
I will say that after watching this movie, it did make me interested in the game. I have heard from reviewers online that are fans of the game. They don't like this movie because it is not. It's not actually about like what happens in the game. It's kind of like in that world, but it's a whole different story and it's different characters. The only character, as a matter of fact, I don't know how I forgot to mention this. The only character that is from the game that is in this movie is Dr. Hill, who is played by the amazing Peter Stormare. Now, if you've seen the movie Constantine, he plays the devil in Constantine, and he is scary. It's actually one of my favorite ever depictions of the devil in a film because I just thought he was so menacing and so cool and so creepy. And he's just very good at playing kind of menacing, evil dudes.
He had to fight to play the character the way he wanted to play.
Oh my God, he did such a good job though. It was so good.
They had something else in mind.
It was so perfect though.
And
he was so good. No.
Let me do this.
He's like, I got this.
He was like, let me do it like this and with this costume. And he was correct.
Yeah, no. When you want a menacing bad guy,
this is
the man that you call.
Yeah.
He is also the psychotic hitman in Fargo. He's also he's been in a ton of movies.
He's been in stuff.
This dude has just insane amounts of cred. Like you don't even it's so much. He was also in John Wick 2. He's been in a lot of films. This guy's been around for a long time. And he's always a joy to watch. He's always very menacing. And he is equally menacing in this film as well. So all of that being said, Thorn Black. We rate our films here via chainsaw. 5 chainsaws being an epic masterpiece. 0 chainsaws being, it's nothing. 1 chainsaw being a chainsaw with no chain on it. It's just making a sound. It's not doing a damn thing. It sucks.
So, Also, I think we forgot to say this movie is called Until Dawn because
Oh yeah,
they have to survive
until dawn.
until dawn.
Yes,
And
and until that point,
if they don't,
it's a death game. You
it's
know we love death games
yeah,
here.
it's a death
It's kind of
game.
a death game time loop mashup.
But with you know how like in some of these death games it just go on until you figure it out. Not
No,
this one.
no,
This one,
there is a
you
finite
take
amount
some
of
damage,
turns.
and you only have a certain amount of turns to figure this out. So they're just terrified and scared, running around, getting killed, coming back like wherever they got stabbed. Like, what does that hurt? Like, oh no, did I? I'm like, yeah, you just that
Yeah.
just happened, and you don't have too many more times. So that being said, I have not played the game. This is as somebody who's just watched the movie. I wasn't expecting much from this at all. I thought this was a throwaway movie.
We were ready for it to just be popcorn city. You know what I mean? Like just a fun popcorn movie.
I was very pleasantly surprised, to tell you the truth. Like, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 chainsaws. I thought I was going to be changing the channel, walking around, grabbing snacks, not pausing it and going to the back. I was so surprised that, I mean, and yes, there's somewhat of like, there's a couple of dumb decisions and like horror tropes, but
of course,
overall, in general, it's well done. I wasn't expecting what was coming because I haven't played Until Dawn, so I'm new to the world.
Yep.
And it was just the things that I was thinking of, like, you need to escape. What are you doing? Like, try this, try that, try that. And then they do try those things, and then you'll see why it doesn't work. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
All right, then. So I'm going to stand with my 4 out of 5 chainsaws as somebody who has never played any of the games, strictly just watching the movie. Way better than you think it's going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Rose, what are you going to give this out of 5 chainsaws?
Ooh, all right. This is tough. Okay, so my rating as a person who has not played the game is 4. But having done some research and knowing what the differences are, the drastic differences between the game and this, as knowing that, I think that it in actuality, if you were a fan of the game, it would be like a 3.5 or something. However, that's not me. That's not who we are. Okay, if you're somebody who has not played the games, you can just take a free pass and just go and watch this movie and enjoy it as its own standalone thing, and then get to enjoy that world and with totally different characters in it. As a matter of fact, the game has 8 characters in it as opposed to the 5 friends that are in this. You know what I mean? So you'll have more characters, you'll have a different story, but you'll have kind of, and it doesn't have like it's not a time loop in there. But it is affected by your chances. Like what choices you make in the game do affect like where the story goes and stuff like that.
It's really cool. I dug it. If again, if you didn't watch the game, check it out. It's I think you're gonna like it a little more than you think you will.
Yeah, if you haven't played the games, you're gonna actually like there's a lot to enjoy here. This is obviously a crew of people that are very familiar and very comfortable with horror, and and know how to make it work. The monsters are scary. The deaths are gruesome. They are disgusting and nasty and horrible, and it is great. Like it is really amusing to see it. Like you're just like, oh no! And these characters are faced with incredibly tough decisions, and they do try. Like every time that I'm like, well, why didn't you blah blah blah? But then it's like they do try to do stuff, and then you know what? Yep. It gets worse. It gets worse every time. Every time it's great. So that's what I enjoyed about it. My personal rating for it is also a 4. And, I do understand. I give it maybe a 3.5 for folks that are into the game and not into the movie. I would suggest
honestly, I would probably even give it a 3 if
you're a fan of the game and you were like, holy crap, like none of the characters are here except for Dr. Hill.
Unless you're
it's not the same setting either.
In the universe, but not the same story.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are okay with that.
Yeah.
So if you are, then
that's what this is. Just know that going in.
Yeah.
That this is not about the story that's in the game. This is a different thing. There are some elements that do transfer over, especially the psychological elements of the game. There definitely is that involved in here. And you'll see how. I don't want to tell you anything else about it. all of that being said,
We are from Cut Like This. Hook a band up, give us a follow, a like, subscribe, a share. Music here, YouTube, Spotify, Bandcamp. Guess what? We just did a photo shoot last weekend with an Emmy-winning photographer.
yeah, and they are freaking awesome
So we're gonna
new
have a.
photos. So we can't wait to share those with
Those
you.
are coming soon. And new music is actually on the way. We're
Yes.
making plans to put some stuff out for the end of the year, more than one single, and good plans moving into the new year to just keep the ball rolling like that. Because like I said, we've been building up some music for a little bit, and now
Yep.
it's time to start getting moving a little bit. So
And please, be kind to us, guys. Like, we're doing this all on our own.
Yep.
Everything that we do is 100%
it's just
DIY.
us. It's
It
us.
takes
There's
a
nothing
long,
else.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of back end stuff that you have to do when you release a track. It's not just like throw it out into the wind and like, you
Not
have to
if you
do
want it to be
marketing for every
successful,
single
yeah.
single. That's why it takes so long. We're gonna do a Patreon, and with that Patreon, you'll be able to hear tracks a lot sooner. You're gonna get some pre-releases and stuff.
Mhm.
You're gonna get to hear stuff way before, because we
don't
won't
have to
be
worry about
as
all the red
restricted
tape.
about all the red
Exactly.
tape and stuff. But unfortunately for a mass release, there's you have to do the distribution, you have to sign it up with all these agencies. It's a lot of work. So that's why it's been taking a while. We know you've been waiting, and we can't
almost
wait to
there.
share it with you.
It's almost there.
We're like
It's
right
almost
there.
there.
We're right
and
there.
once we start, it's just going to keep going because we've been spending all the time getting the knowledge for all of these different things. So now once we start, it's just going to keep it moving straight into next year. Bunch of banging new tunes. That's all for us today. We are Cut Like This, and we are...